everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. So as part of the series that we have started exclusively for report section. Okay, this is our fifth report and with this we'll be closing this series. Again we'll have a few more reports that we'll cover, but in different weekly series. I'm running currently weekly series so that you won't get bored, one thing, and two, even if you do all the reports at a time, it would be very difficult for you to recall as well. So for that purpose, weekly series I am running. So this is the last in that series. So what is that we are going to see today? Today we are going to see one of the most important reports, that is annual status of education report, which as well is called as ACER report, which is very important as part of your regular general awareness current affairs for all your competitive examinations, as well as this is very important for your economic and social issues part for RBI Grade B exam and NABARD Grade A or B exam. Okay, in that ESA में बहुत ज़्यादा important है. And it has been observed, questions were asked from this report especially in the phase 2 part of the examination in the form of passage based as well. They have picked a small passage and they asked you in one NABARD exam में ये notice किया है, and they asked you questions on that passage. Okay, so keeping in view all the kind of questions that have been asked earlier and the importance of this report, we have picked that kind of content that would be relevant for you to learn for these competitive examinations. क्योंकि report बहुत लंबा है, more than 200 pages, so you can understand उसमें से कितना पढ़ना है कितना नहीं पढ़ना है. That's also is very important. So accordingly we have picked the content. So ACER report, annual status of education report for the year 2023, that is what we are going to see today. So these are my credentials. You can go through it later as well as per your convenience. So let's start with the session. So before starting, let's have a quick background. ये किसने launch किया, कब launch किया, what is the importance of this for the policy makers and others. So the first, it is published, this particular report is published by the Pratham Education Foundation, which is an NGO. And it is an annual citizen-led household survey. When I talk about annual, currently it is not annual, it is biennial, but when they started this in 2005, they have launched this as an annual survey. That too, citizen-led household survey. So they'll visit a sample, they'll pick 5% of the total population and accordingly they come up with this report. And it is one of the largest citizen-led survey in India when it comes to education related. Very important, because it has its importance in the examination or for the examination as well. Now what is its background? As I've said, it was launched in 2005 and it was conducted every year since 2005 in all rural districts of India, and each rural district 5% of the population they cover, and that would be the analysis of these people would be applied to the rest of the population. Accordingly they come up with the result. Okay, this percentage of students, इतना उनका caliber and all that, whatever what else, the indicators that they have taken up or the dimensions that have taken up. Okay, so give me a second. Government does not have any survey in middle school like the Asia report. No, Arpan. This is, though they take the help of various government agencies, respective state governments, etc., but it is not run by the government. Okay. Hope I was able to answer your query. But coming back to our class, post 2016, this is being done once in 2 years. And what is that they are going to do as part of this survey? It looks into the enrollment status of children aged 3 to 16. We are talking about the background. This year, that is for 2023, they have changed a lot. Okay, they focused on the youth. Okay, but otherwise this was established, this survey and the report were established especially for the children between 3 to 16, the enrollment status and the basic arithmetic and reading levels, that is assessment of English reading and comprehension for the ages between 5 to 16 years at the national, state and district level. So based on all the districts that they have covered for a state, they'll come up with the data for that state. Based on all the states data, they'll come up with the data for the national level. So likewise they did. So this is when as per the regular survey they used to conduct, but this year they focused on the youth between 14 to 18 years. That also we'll see. Just give me a second. What is its aim or objective for this survey to be run or the report to be made? To understand whether children in rural India are enrolled in school and whether they are learning, and if they are learning, how much were they able to grasp and how much they were able to retain, how much they were able to apply, because it's not only learning that is more important, but the application part, the recall part is also, they are also very, very important. So that they were focusing through this report. Now coming to ACER 2023, and this year they gave the title to this report, that is, every year they give some title to it, and this year it is Beyond Basics. And with this title we can understand that they were focusing on youth between 14 to 18 years of age. So this is not the first time that they have done this, moving away from their already created pro forma, etc. They have done this once in 2017 as well, where they focused on the enrollment patterns, learning levels, awareness and aspirations of the rural youth between 14 to 18. Again, back in 2019, they came back to their original self, that is from 4 to 8 years, that is their enrollment, school readiness of the young children and others. They have focused for the age group of 4 to 8. But now in 2020, the report that they have released, again they focused on the youth 14 to 18 years old, wherein they have checked related to their reading ability, maths skills to everyday situations. Along with that, what they have done is, in this 2023, they have added one, or you should say 2 points. One, that is, they have captured the digital access and skills across the rural India. Okay, and 2, they have come up with their aspirations, trying to understand what are their aspirations, who are their role models, what do they want to become, and all that. These 2 they have added this year. Last year also, when it was 14 to 8 years, that 2017 mein hua tha, then also they have looked into the aspirations part, but this, that is 2023 report mein, they have given a thoda sa zyada usko weightage diya hai. Okay, yes, so ye ho gaya hamara. Now how many villages, how many states, in how many areas that they have done. So the methodology include, as you can see here, 26 states, 28 districts, 1664 villages, 30,074 households and 34,745 youth. Acha, one more point I forgot to add. When we spoke about this youth 14 to 18 years. Why 14 to 18 years only they have focused? Why not the regular pro forma that they used to follow, that is the young children, that is 4 to 8 years or 3 to 8 years? See, when it comes to the youth, see, by 14 years, children generally they complete their 8th standard. Okay, and they move on to pursue higher education, and for which they wanted to understand how well they were able to complete this 8th standard, one thing, till their 8th, and what are they doing currently along, not if they are not enrolled in any school, what exactly are they doing, how much do they know, where they stand, because this is the youth, this is the demographic dividend that India has. More than 30% is in the age bracket of working population. So we wanted to understand how they can add value to our economy, for which they focused on this group specially. Excuse me. Now, ACER 2023 Beyond Basic Survey, as it has said, 26 states, 28 districts, and reaching 34,745 youth. Age group 14 to 18 years, and why they have selected, why, this also we have discussed. Now, each state, one rural district has been surveyed in each major state But in UP and MP, which are one of the largest states, and when we look at the census 2011 as well, UP and MP are those top states where the rural population is high, especially UP number 1 tha. Hence, they have taken 2 districts in each of these states for their surveying. Since here they are focusing majorly on the rural India. Now, what is that they have done? Data was collected regarding youths, that is 14 to 18 years के जो बच्चे हैं, they try to understand what is their current activity and their ability to do basic and applied tasks. Whatever that they used to do earlier for the young children, the same thing that they have done to understand what is the condition, that will help us to also understand how well they were able to grasp the things in their junior section or primary section. Okay, special focus on youth access to digital devices and skills to do digital tasks, how well they are ready, because currently we are talking about digitization, we are talking about digitized India, so digital India, and we are giving a lot of importance to that. So now we want to understand all these, whether the youth is able to make good use of that or not, and how they are making good use of that they have checked through this survey. And youth aspirations about the future, what are their aspirations? Okay, now when we talk about this, they focused on 4 key domains. Okay, those 4 key domains include activity, that is what activities are India's youth currently engaged in. Are they in school or college? Are they taking tuition so that to cope with their regular studies, or are they taking up any vocational training, or they are preparing for the examination, or they altogether have left the studies and working somewhere? So activity, what are they doing? This is one key domain that they focused as part of this survey. Next domain is the ability, how well they are able to read a simple text and do basic arithmetic. Can they do simple computations necessary in their daily life, like calculating interest for repayment, applying the discounts wherever applicable? If अगर कोई कहीं पे गया है shopping के लिए, now वहाँ पे कुछ discount applied है, so whether they were able to apply the discounts and arrive at the final amount, छोटे छोटे बहुत basic चीजें पूछे गए थे. Can they read and understand simple instructions, like instructions on a medicine packet? In this case, they were given ORS packet. Okay, ORS packet deke they asked to read that entire ORS packet, and they asked some questions based on that. How much quantity should be given to the kids, how much quantity should be given to the adults, based on whatever that is written on the ORS packet. It seems that 3/4 of the students, they were able to give whatever that is written. And when it came to applied sort of questions ki kitna dosage hona chahiye and all that, more than half they couldn't do well. So that they have done to understand how they were able to grasp things. So ability ho gaya hamara. Third aata hai awareness and digital aptitude. This all self उन्होंने questionnaire type का दिया है. Based on the answering, they gave the calculated the percentage. So do they have access to smartphones? If yes, are they financially aware how to pay, like using GPay or other services like train ticket booking etc. through online? Are they aware of the digital technologies and platforms like YouTube, Google etc.? And are they able to perform basic digital tasks on smartphone like alarm लगाना, AM PM जो रहता है वो लगाना, or they were given a topic, a simple topic, and they asked to search on the Google. They can use any what you'll say, the software Google or anything, but they have to arrive at the answer whatever the question has been asked. And one more task was also given to them, like they have to search on a particular topic and they have to share it with their friends through WhatsApp or Telegram etc. So all these they have checked how well they were able to do. On all in all, it was observed that majority of them were able to do more than close to 70% or so, but the thing is males were able to do it well when compared to the females. Why? Because the percentage of these youth who were having smartphones or at least having access to the smartphones, that were majorly males. Kitna percentage hai? In some time I'll tell you. Okay. Now, fourth domain that they have focused while conducting this survey, that is their aspirations. What do they aspire to become? How much further they want to study? Who are their role models, etc. They have looked into that. Okay, please be very, very careful. These are the 4 key domains that were focused upon while conducting the survey for ACER. It is beyond basics. So now we'll look at each of these and uske kya facts and figures hai that we'll look into. First one, activity. So overall 86.8% of 14 to 18 year olds are enrolled in an educational institution, be it 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and it has been observed that few of them were even into graduation. Okay. Percentage of youth not enrolled is 3.9% for 14-year-old youth. That is, as they are growing older, the enrollment dropped. It means either they are stopping their education at 10th or 12th. And the percentage of youth not enrolled is 32.6% for 18-year-olds. So at least ये data से क्या पता चलता है? That the outcome, that is, they were able to at least complete till 10th or 12th. Okay, and enrollment is also actually good. Most of the young enrolled, they are in arts or humanities stream. And in standard 11th or higher, क्योंकि वही से हमारा आता है कि कौन से stream लेना है. So in standard 11th or higher, more than half enrolled were in arts or humanities stream, 55.7%. Followed by STEM, that is the science, engineering, technology, ये सब आते हैं, that 31.7% and commerce में 9.4%. Okay, and females are less likely to be enrolled in STEM stream, 28.1% than males, 36.3%. इसी के लिए higher education में भी, in order to push women to pursue their higher education in STEM courses, there are various schemes and programs that are being run currently by the government. And again, from the same survey, they could find out that only 5.6% of the surveyed youth, they were taking vocational training or other related courses. So vocational training का बहुत कम है. Majority of them were going for the regular streams, regular arts or humanities or STEM or commerce, etc. Vocational courses बहुत कम लोग ले रहे, like ITA and other courses. Youth at the college level most likely to take vocational training. So as they are going upper, that is going higher in their ages, they were focusing on, or they were going for vocational training. But when it is younger age, they were not. Most youth are taking short duration courses of 6 months or less rather than the long durational courses. And it has been also observed that, because activity में एक और हमने देखा था, what are they doing, are they working or not? So in that they have found out that a higher percentage of males, so 40% close to, than females 28%, they have reported that they are doing work other than the household work for at least 15 days during the preceding month. Majority of them were on their own farms. So along with their studies, even if they are studying also, it has been observed that they were participating in their family business work along with their regular household work. But here the majority was of the males rather than females. कई सारे photos भी थे where these youth were supporting their family in tailoring and whatever their family business was. Okay, so but majority of them were into farming. Now, एक तो एक्टिविटी हो गया हमारा कि एनरोलमेंट में हैं, और वेदर दे आर स्टडीइंग और वेदर दे आर डूइंग सम वर्क, how much, what are the kind of subjects they are opting, stream, etc. All that we have seen. First ho gaya. Second key domain is the ability. Here we are trying to understand whether they were able to do basic maths, basic arithmetics, whether able to read the basic things in their regional language and in English, etc. This is the ASER arithmetic tool, this is the English tool, and this is the reading tool, that is the regional language. Okay, where they were trying to understand how well they were able to do that. So here the youth were surveyed, given 5 types of tasks. 5 types of tasks were given to understand this condition, of which data was presented for the 4 conditions only. Those include basic reading, maths and English abilities, application of basic skills to everyday calculations, ki suddenly aapko kuch discount mila, how well will you be able to do that, or you have taken a loan, how will you calculate the interest, something of that side. Reading and understanding the written instructions, like as I've said, ORS de diya gaya tha unko, and they were expected to read that, and whatever questions that were asked based on that ORS write-up, they have to answer. Financial calculation that need to be done in the real life, like your interest rates, discounts, etc. Application of basic skills to everyday calculations, additions, subtractions, divisions, multiplications, all that. Okay, all that were also checked here. Okay, now let us look at the facts and figures. So it has been found that about 25% of the youth, we are talking about youth 14 to 18 years, okay, they still cannot read a standard 2 level text fluently in their regional language. English ka to chodiye, which is not our language. They were not even able to do that for the regional language. More than half, they have struggled with divisions, 3-digit by 1-digit problems, and it seems that only 43.3% of these 14 to 18 year olds were able to do such problems correctly. And you know, this skill is usually expected in standard 3 or 4. So more than half of the students couldn't even do the basic maths which they must have already done in standard 3 or 4, and they have passed out of 8th. Right? Mostly. कुछ बच्चे 7th के भी होंगे. A little over half can read sentences in English. Of those who can read sentences in English, almost 3/4 could tell their meanings. मतलब English का अच्छा था. They were able to at least read sentences that were given to them. The basic again, very, very basic ones. Across enrollment categories, if you look at the enrollment categories, across all the categories, 76% females did better than males in reading a standard 2 level text in their regional language. यहाँ पे हमने देखा है only 25% couldn't do that, but whoever the 75% जिसने भी किया है उसमें more than 76% were females only. Okay. But in contrast, ये regional language का है. But in contrast, males did better than their female counterparts in arithmetic and English reading. There they faltered. Okay. All these data are important. Excuse me. Now this is one reason we can say that females are not enrolling much into the STEM courses. Now, nearly 85% they can measure length using a scale when the starting point is 0. And this proportion drops sharply to 39% when the starting point is moved. 0 तक 1 से count measure करके उनको बताना है तो they faltered. So this you can understand, though they have basic knowledge, application part they were not able to do. So whatever they are learning, they were not able to apply. Okay, so here you can infer this point from this. Overall, close to 50% youth can do other common calculations such as calculating time, adding weights, applying the unitary method, etc. And it has been observed that when it comes to arithmetic or mathematical skills, it was males who did better than females across all everyday calculations. And this again is the one that leading to the less enrollment of girls into the STEM courses. Okay, तो second key dimension भी हो गया हमारा. Now comes the third key dimension, that is the digital awareness and aptitude. ये सारे self वाले हैं. I mean whatever that the questions were asked, they promptly answered and accordingly they have taken. Others, they were given proper questions, they were asked to resolve based on that, based on the answers. The surveyor tried to gauge where they stand, but in this case questions were given, they answered, and accordingly they have inferred data from that. Okay, now close to 90% of all youth have a smartphone in the household. If not with them, their own, but at least in their household they had, and they know how to use it. Of those who can use a smartphone, males are more than twice as likely to have their own smartphone than females. So 90% households में तो है ही, उसमें 43% males के पास है and females 19% closely. Important again. And availability of computer or laptop in the households, only 9% were having that. And those who were having, 85% of them knew how to use it. And those who do not, जिनके पास नहीं है, they were going out and outside and learning. So जिनके पास नहीं है उसमें only 33.9% were like that कि उनको बिल्कुल operate करना नहीं आता है, either the laptop or a computer, either of one. Half of all surveyed males have an email ID compared to slightly under 30% of females. So 50% of them, they had email IDs as well. While females में only 30% of them had email IDs. Almost all youth, they used social media in the reference week, whatever the time period that they were asked the questions for. And proportion of males was higher when it comes to the usage of social media. But the thing is, kindly understand this, of all the youth who used social media, only about half of them were familiar with the online safety settings that were included in the survey. So, जितने भी youth use कर रही है, only half of them, they know how to take care of, or how to gauge, or how to look out for the any frauds that are happening, that is how to make themselves secure safely online. So ये नहीं था. So here one has to provide awareness or create awareness related to this. Otherwise और आगे जाएंगे तो और भी digitization का उनको सामना करना पड़ेगा. If they are not able to understand the online safety settings, etc., that would be really dangerous for them, right? Owing to the kind of conditions that we are having currently. Slightly over a quarter of all youth used a smartphone, access online services such as making online payments, filling forms, paying a bill, or booking a ticket. So only 25% of these youth, मतलब जितने भी उनके पास phones and access है to the technology, only 25% were able to do this. Either paying bills online, or filling a form, or booking a ticket, etc. So here again, जितना digitized अभी होगा, so we have to provide that awareness how to use them so that they can be part of the mainstream. Okay, and उसमें भी it was males who were more likely to use this than the females. 37 point उनका है percentage, इनका तो 19% ही है. Okay. And related to aspirations, they haven't covered much in that. So otherwise, these are the three main key dimensions where lot of facts and figures are there and lot of inferences are there, which I have already highlighted. And if ये descriptive questions में आता है, तो it can definitely use these inferences from the data that we have presented. Okay, so this is all from my end. So till now we have seen ACER survey क्या होता है, कब launch हुआ, क्यों launch हुआ, what is the background, and what is the current 2023 का जो data आया है, जो recently Jan में ही release हुआ था, उसका किस तरह से है, outcome, result, all that we have seen in this. We have also seen the key dimensions. उसमें सबसे major important dimensions है 3: ability and activity and digital awareness and aptitude. Where our youth stands, all that we have seen here. Okay, so this is all from my end. Thank you very much once again. Yes, now the forum is open for your queries, questions, etc. if you have any. I'll be uploading the PDF of this tomorrow before tomorrow's class. Yes, any suggestions on what series should I start next? कल ही start करने वाली हूँ. If not here, you can send your comments on the app also. You can download the app और Telegram जो Telegram में भी एक link है group. Telegram group is not app. This is group. So वो भी आप download करके there we have open, that is an open group where we can chat. वहां से भी आप अपना सजेशंस दे सकते हो. Yes, Arpan. Excuse me. See, wherever that is required as part of our syllabus, ESI के लिए या फिर ARD के लिए UN bodies के अगर कुछ reports है तो definitely I'll do that. And RBI bulletins, I'll be providing you with the gist of that. I'll try to do, but again I don't know how much I'll be able to give time. But you'll be getting as per the syllabus, you'll be getting all the content. अगर ESI है, if it is relevant for the ESI, definitely you'll be getting that report or the content. Okay, Arpan? Reports, all reports, whatever that are relevant, all the content that is relevant for ESI would be covered. Hope you must have already gone through the study plans that I have provided. तो फेब में हमारा था 5 chapters तक complete करना है. I have already provided the content and tomorrow and day after tomorrow we'll be having classes, and by before Feb is gone we'll complete the content. We'll be up to date. कहीं पे 1 week इधर उधर हो जाए, but not more than that. That's I have kept everything in mind. Accordingly only I have created that study plan. Every month में कुछ easy chapters, कुछ थोड़े से tough chapters, उस तरह से प्लान किया है, so that you कहीं पे भी आपको लगेगा नहीं कि burden हो रहा है इतना कंटेंट के साथ. Okay, yes. So please download the app, go through the content that I have already uploaded on the app in various courses. Currently all are open. I have already opened that. Okay. तो आप एक बार देख लीजिए. If you have any doubts related to the courses or the study plan or anywhere, you can always reach out to me. Thanks a lot, Arpan. Okay, see you all then tomorrow. YouTube पे शाम में मिलेंगे same time. Otherwise, on the app we'll have our next classes tomorrow and afternoon. We'll wind up that as per the syllabus. That's the reason I have already provided you with the content. Please go through the content so that whatever the MCQs that we'll be doing in the class, just आपको practice हो जाएगा. With that, half of the revision would be done along with your studies only. Okay. So yes, thank you very much once again. Please take good care of yourself. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.